Hey, there's Monkey. This is where we left off in our Oda playthrough. We've got Takeda in Hida with 2.5 stacks of army. Now, they were laying in ambush. We kind of caught a glimpse of them as they moved into the forest. And even though our ninja couldn't find them, what did expose them was laying siege to the Hida keep. We did talk about last episode how we could rush the Tenshu, that's the keep in Hida. And if we could take it over before those 2.5 armies could reach it to reinforce it, we could then vassalize the province, boot Takeda's armies out, and they would go back down here to Kai. That's his only remaining province at this point. But I don't want 2.5 stacks of Takeda army running around. I don't want to have to face them again later on their terms. We actually have an opportunity now to take out most of them on our terms, and that's mostly due to the fact that we have a couple ninja sitting right next to us here. So we also have our daimyo's army and his supporting army over here in North Shinano. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our ninja, one of our ninja, sabotage his daimyo's army. That's the army with all of these Yari samurai in it. And that's going to disable his army from being able to support other armies. So he won't be able to support the 1.5 stacks that are remaining, this decently trained Ashigaru army and half stack of just more army. He won't be able to support either of those stacks and also won't be able to support the Hida siege. That's going to allow us to bring our daimyo's army down, face his 1.5 stacks on relatively even numbers, and we're going to try to wipe out as many of those guys as we can. And then after that, we'll see what we can do with our remaining army movement. We'll see if we can engage his daimyo's army or whatnot. But let's just start with the first steps in disabling his daimyo's army and take it from there. All right, so first things first, we're going to sabotage this army. Success. Now we're going to take our supporting army, and we could run it all the way over to here where it can support, looks like it can support the keep and these other armies. Let me just leave them there for a second. I think the problem with that is when we bring our general in to attack his army here. Well, I guess it looks like from that angle, I'm trying to figure out how the battlefield is going to be laid out, like where our supporting army is going to be. I think if our supporting army is over here, then they'll be like on the upper right of the map. I kind of want to have him behind my army, so I want to make sure that that's where he's going to be. So we're going to move him up to... Is that how far he can go? Yeah. See how far he can get. So he can get that far. We're going to move him to here, so he's just kind of back on the road. It looks like he still has support against these two armies. That's pretty much what we want to be in range of. And then we'll bring our daimyo in and hit here. Yeah, I mean, that looks about right. So, our two armies versus his. Let's quick save it, and then we'll just see how it goes. Okay. Great. So our supporting army, that's that blue arrow right here on the map. They're going to be supporting us from behind us, which means we don't have to worry about them getting cut off or anything like that. Just do this, and we'll just set up a big giant of those guys. This guy on this end, and the other long Yari on this end, and then we're going to put our samurai on the outside, just because they're fast and can wrap around. We're going to have a big, long... I think what's going to happen is we're going to bring in the other Yari that kind of come in. They'll reinforce the middle here of this army. But basically, we're just going to have this big, wide swath like this. But just to group them together. Okay. Not like that, and not like that. It's always like... Okay. They're probably going to set up on this hill over here, it looks like, with their reinforcements. Yep. So, we'll see how that goes. Speed things up a little bit. I will try to like send my general over to see if he can maybe attract somebody. These guys need to run faster though. We'll just kind of... We'll run them up and then we'll rest them if when we get them there. It's got like some tiny little unit there. Oh, that's just the rest of the bows. Okay. Right about there. And then 3 is going to be pretty much here. We can start drawing those guys down. Really. We're going to come over to this side. Yeah, see if we can pull some of these Ashigaru over here and deplete them. And then we've got a couple more melee, yeah. Appears to be, yeah. Quickly, oh yeah, I forgot. I have everything going at extra speed. That I was wondering why it was going so fast. Yep.
Our general is in grave danger, my lord.
Well, there's one unit. Didn't get him close enough. I'll see if I can get a little bit closer. This should sucker him back out. There we go. I don't want them to just escape off the field, though. I kind of want to run them down. It's not a lot of room. He's really hanging close to the edge here. So that's going to be... Oops. Oh, yeah, he got off. It's all right. Okay. We need more bow units over here. Pull this guy back again. See if we can get some of these Yari Samurai out of here. We're going to have to, like, engage these guys pretty soon anyway. Don't really want to do it on a hill, but... Oops. Okay. Looks like his Bow Ashigaru want to come and shoot at my Bow Ashigaru. We'll just... Guess we'll take him up on it. But we're going to light up fire arrows and yeah. Just kind of do what we can to whittle away at what they've got right now. Just run them down pretty good. Think we can get up here and hit them with our general at this point. All right, let's come with his cavalry. Start backing our bows off.
Our hidden units have been discovered, my lord.
Ooh. Those guys back. Okay. He's got a general back behind my line. That's not super smart on his part. I guess he's going for my general. Oops. Where are my... Here we go, this guy right here. We're just going to take him around, and we want to wrap. I'm going to start lighting up his bow samurai there. Get my two generals kind of out of here. And we want to bring one around this way and one over this way to be able to run his guys down. That unit's not dead yet. Want to try to hit as many of these guys as I can.
My lord,
It's not making it easy on me.
soon be yours.
Looks like they're all routing, so I'm just gonna try to run them over as much as possible. See where this guy's at. He's already popped his thing. This guy did not pop his. Where's the other areas? He's over here. Try to run down as much as I can. Not a lot left. I mean, actually, there's... Hold on. I gotta see if I can get this general. There's a bunch over in this direction. Whatever I can do to take out those units. I don't know if I can get to... Well, I guess I can run him down a little bit. I think he's got still a little bit of speed boost. Not really sure. Come on. Push him off. Yeah, 27 Yari Samurai. That's pretty good. Right. Speed this up a little. Well, I can only hope. I can't catch those guys. I think we're pretty much done there. So, all right, close victory. Okay, we lost about 1,600, 2,900, almost 2-1. I would have liked to lose less guys, but generally speaking, I would say probably wasn't a bad exchange. It looks like he lost both of his generals, or all of his generals. I guess it was both, and pretty much, yeah. These armies are left with nothing left, so that's good. Now he still has his daimyo's army, and that's got a whole bunch of Yari Samurai. So he's got 3, 6, 9 of those, 3 Katana Samurai, so 12 units plus those guys. So that's a good. I would need a good solid 14, I would say, Ashigaru units or samurai to sort of like balance out against that. Now I've got some injured guys here. I do eventually want to phase out my unarmored. So I have a lot of superior armor and weaponry from Kaga. I want to phase out these guys that don't have any of these armor bonuses. So I'll probably do some combining there. Maybe putting This bow unit, same thing. I want to combine bow units, so maybe putting this bow unit in with this bow unit. I don't know if these 31 and 95 will combine and still keep the improved accuracy. So let me think about that for a second. I also don't know if these 13 guys, there's nobody I can combine them with where they're going to keep that, probably that armor and weaponry. I don't think if I combine them with these 50 inexperienced guys that they'll keep that bonus. So now I could combine them. I can combine this, say the 50 with, or even maybe the 60 with these 41, and combine these two guys. So they'll be at 91 and they kept the armor bonus. The question is, if I combine now that 90 with the 13, will they keep the weaponry? I don't know. So I'll keep them separate for now. And then my second army, actually in pretty good shape. I mean, I don't want to combine these bow units. I'd lose some units, and I'm just not going to do it. So I'm not too worried about that. But I have 3 decent, Ashigaru units anyway to throw into the mix here. My general's in okay shape, and then I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5. So I don't have like 14 units, I would say, that are a good counter for his units here in his daimyo's army. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take this army and just take the castle at this point. These 2 units will reinforce these 2 armies will try to reinforce the castle. I'll just wipe them out, and then I'll take the castle and boot his daimyo's army out of the province. I've eliminated more than half the threat at this point, and then I'll get some recovery on my generals and on my units here. I'll be able to consolidate some units, maybe get rid of some more of the unarmored and unaccuracied Ashigaru. But that makes this fight like he's going to reinforce with garbage, but I'm going to be able to take the garbage out. So now, and actually, because we are so overwhelmingly going to win, and he's got no generals that I need to worry about taking out, I can just auto-resolve this one. And since we're going to make it a vassal anyway, it won't matter that the keep gets damaged because the vassal will have to repair it. We won't have to pay for that. Yeah. Easy. Gotta wait for the death animations to finish. Okay, so we'll put the Enagakoji in power, and that should have booted. Yeah, that booted his main army back to here. Now he can declare war on the Murakami that we installed here in North Shinano, and probably has, next turn he'll probably have enough movement to get in here and lay siege to this castle. But that doesn't bother me. Like, I didn't want to lose my daimyo as far as that goes, and I ended up taking out most of Takeda's forces there. So let's see. These guys have not really any movement left. And of course they gave us, a token guy. However, that makes things easier for us at this point. So we can also go to the Enagakoji and ask him to trade with us.
An unexpected meeting may with high... No.
And while we're at it, let's make sure that all of our other vassals are trading with us, which they are. The ones that aren't separated by water. Like the Murakami, we can't get to trade with us yet, but that's all right. Okay, so we're doing pretty good money-wise. This army, like I mentioned before, had already moved. These guys had already relocated over there as well. I just want to make sure. I just got to get my recruitment up. Yep, regular Shigaru to replace those guys. Those guys are in full recruitment going on here. I'm not really worried about my ports being blockaded right now. I'm going to rely on my vassals to clear that up, potentially, or I'm going to rely on me taking out their provinces to clear that up. Either way. Movement-wise and replenishment-wise, we're getting 10 a turn, 2 a turn. Okay. So, not bad. We're going to take our army, sabotage, ninja, and... I want to do that. Send him back this way. I'm trying to get him, like, move him as far over this way as possible just for scouting purposes, but... And then this guy, this agent's done. This army here has a little bit of movement. We're going to send him back this way. We're going to end up taking our second army. I think this is actually one of our better equipped armies. We're going to send him back over to Echu to take that away from Hojo. And then we're going to take this stack here and probably send it to finish off the Takeda. I would like to get a few more units in it, so maybe I'll split off. Yeah, maybe I'll split off some of these better trained troops because I have another army of pretty well equipped guys back here. So that's probably what I'll do, is I'll make this into like 2 full stacks to go and take out the Takeda and then be able to start messing with the Hojo. Unless the Takeda want to take peace. So let me check that out real quick here.
I have better things to do than listen to an
Let me see.
old woman's
Well, they want peace,
speak
but
and try to make sense.
they'll also become a vassal. Interesting. I wonder how much they'll pay me. Okay. Maybe they don't have a lot of money. Or maybe... Yeah, they don't seem to have... Looks like they don't seem to have money, but we can get peace with them and force them to become a vassal, which, as temporary as that may be, they do have an army, and them being my vassal should make them an enemy of Hojo again, or at least open them up to Hojo wanting to attack them. They won't be able to become allies with Hojo like they were earlier. So I think we're going to do that. That will temporarily push them, keep them from attacking my vassal anyway. That might also create realm divide, but we'll see. I don't see a realm divide message yet, so if it hasn't happened yet, if it doesn't happen this next turn where we start getting the realm divide ticking penalty, it's going to be soon. And what that means is all of these vassals we've made are going to conceivably start flipping back against us. We're going to have to beat them up and revassalize them, but once we do that, they'll stick with us to the end. So we're just going to bring this guy into here. Just to bolster our numbers. Okay. And then we'll just move them a teeny bit in this direction. That's all we got for movement anyway. So we already have our recruitment going. We just have to decide where this army is going to go at this point. I think my plan was to swing him around into the southern part of Issei, especially if there's a chance that we have to fight the Kitapatake to revassalize them. We want to have our army kind of swinging down into this position anyway. We also have this army here that's heading to reinforce Totomi just to make it a beefier defense in case Hojo's bringing an army through here, which I haven't seen yet, but it's possible. Yeah, so we're going to bring this guy around. This is our plan, is to bring him around this way. And we can't leave. I don't think we can leave this. Well, maybe we can. Yeah. All this repression is just the daimyo's honor and culture and stuff like that. So we should be able to keep this place repressed, but we'll lose it, obviously, if Hatakeyama comes in this way. So I don't think that's a huge issue. I think the bigger issue is going to be keeping our vassals in line if we start hitting Realm Divide. In fact, I'm going to move... I guess I'll move him here for now. Just kind of put him in the forest. Yeah. I think that's a good idea. And then... Pretty sure that's it. Yeah. Just want to double check on if I want to do any other upgrading in towns. No, I think I'm going to save my... I know the roads would help improve a little bit of replenishment, but I think I'm going to save my money at this point for the potential loss of Realm Divide. And just to... Well, we'll end the turn, and then we'll see if we get hit with it. We were at... Here we go. Yep. I don't know what just happened. There we go. My screen... For some reason, my screen popped off. Thought I was getting a Realm Divide message, but for some reason my screen minimized in the background. Okay, well. I don't know. I guess I didn't get a message. I thought I would have gotten the Realm Divide. I must be like right on the very edge of it. So I mean, I can add it up, I guess. We've got 9 provinces. We have 18 total held. So quick math says we've got 56 from our provinces owned, 36 from our vassals. That's 92 plus our daimyo's honor, which is at a 7, although I think it started with like a 1, so I don't think it counted the initial 1. But the chip would have said like 98, maybe it's a little bit less. Maybe he started with a 2, because we also had this famous battle over here that should have given us 3 honor as well. So that put us at 95. So we're probably sitting at like 99 right now. So I think when we take our next vassal, that's going to give us our Realm Divide. Now, these guys don't like their leader. I guess they're unhappy, but whatever. Speaking of unhappy, I mean, we're probably going to have to fight the Takeda anyway. They're still hostile to us, which is kind of funny. But let's see. Yeah, I don't see any. Wow, that's a really huge bonus. A huge penalty on those guys. Okay. Well, we're going to move armies down in this direction. We're going to move armies up in this direction. We're going to take Echu. Actually, we can probably take Echu right now with this ungeneraled army. Probably won't be, something that will give us an option for general, but we might as well do it. And then I just want to double check that that province can be Echu. Jinbo. Okay. That's the only Jinbo province there is, so if we take them and restore them as a vassal, that's one, it's going to kick us over into Realm Divide, but it's something we can do. Then we don't have to occupy that province. We probably will have to retake it, though, once we get this Realm Divide triggered. I'm trying to decide at this point whether or not to move my armies to Kyoto to be able to... Because we have to take Kyoto as part of this, obviously. But moving them to Kyoto now or moving them basically in position to just wipe out the Hatakeyama. Well, let's scout this way. Okay. The other thing we're going to have to look at is our trade agreement with Takeda and see how long. We have one. It says 1 turn remaining on declaring war with Takeda. So I think what we can do is I think we can cancel the trade agreement now, and then next turn we should be able to declare war without injuring our relations. So we will lose a little bit of trade, but I think we have to take those provinces anyway as part of winning this. So we're going to do that now.
Time and honor are both. So then.
And then we'll see if next turn we can declare war without there being some sort of big diplomatic penalty. Otherwise, you know, once we hit realm divide, it won't matter anyway. So let's just see what happens here. All right, well, no big Hojo army. We're just going to auto-resolve this because we're going to make them a vassal. Yeah.
It is dangerous to be the tallest tree, for that is where the axe strikes first.
So now the Jinbo making them, we'll see. So, you know, Japan Stasinov or might. We'll have to see what happens here, right? So we're going to be quickly having some challenges that are going to pop up here. But I think if we look at the Anagakaji, for example, we just made them a vassal last turn. So now there's realm divide minus 20. That's going to keep ticking up on them. The question is, the Jinbo that we just made, they don't have realm divide. So this vassal, this new vassal we just made, basically after realm divide, they're going to stick with us to the end. Now, you also see, money-wise, like, we haven't lost our vassals yet. We haven't lost our trade agreements yet. Those other daimyos that are trading with us, all these trade partners we have right now, we are going to lose them, Chosokabe, etc., because they also have that ticking penalty of realm divide, and that won't go away unless you make them a vassal. So, to our benefit, we have all of these vassals already that we can, one at a time, sort of re-vassalize, beat them up, you know, put them into vassalship again, and then just like the Jinbo, we'll be able to go in and get them to trade with us, and they'll be trading with us and an ally all the way to the end. We just have to deal with, you know, the ones that are going to be going to war against us, which at some point is going to be, for example, the Kiribati. So these guys are at -7, right? So they're gonna turn on us at some point, but we just have to make sure that we are recruited enough to not have to worry about it. So we can pull this army back out of here for now, unless the Hojo bring an army in here. I don't know where Hojo's armies are at this point. I know that they were at war with the Date. They are no longer at war with the Date. Oh, no, they are. They're still at war with the Date. So we haven't met. So they're still at war with the Date. The Date are somewhere up in these provinces. I think it's probably these 3, because that's the red province. This lighter red is got to be a different clan than the Date. So there's the Date up here, and Hojo's all this white, because we have them targeted right now. So we still have to sort that out. We're going to have to sort these, basically all of our vassals out. We're going to have to deal some damage on them. But what we are going to do is we're going to make our daimyo's army pretty dang strong. Same thing with Nobuyuki. And then we're going to send this guy back to command this other army and build up Kaga, because we're going to have to fight this Hatakeyama army up here anyway. Yeah. So this Yari Samurai, we'll just send him back this way. Same thing with this army. And then we'll give... I'm gonna divvy some stuff up. I'm gonna pause the recording for a second, divvy some stuff up, and then I'll show you what I did. Okay, so what I did was I emptied out pretty much all of the good... I mean, I do have a bunch of bows left in here with some decently skilled bow Ashigaru, but I took everybody that has an armor or weapon improvement or an accuracy improvement, filled out my daimyo's army except for the two. I still have the two Yari Samurai that I'll keep in here, at least for now. And then also beefed up Nobuyuki's army so that he's got, again, slightly more accurate archers and another long Ashigaru and just pretty much whatever was left over in terms of the Ashigaru. I have plenty of bows. This guy has 6 bows, and actually normally I would say, actually he's got 7 bows, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 7 bows. Normally I would only do about 5 bow units in an Ashigaru type army. Enough to be able to pelt a fort pretty good, but not so many that you can't fight against samurai armies, you know, as you've been seeing throughout the playthrough. But this army is well equipped. Everybody has, except for the samurai, has some form of armor and some with improved melee. And then this general here, I'm actually going to break him loose to send him back to this army here, I think. What's going to happen is we're going to be going to war with Hatakeyama pretty quickly here. So we're going to have to claim this province for our own. I'm pretty sure. But these other bow Ashigaru, I'm actually going to probably tail them after my daimyo's army just to be reinforcements, extra units. They'll help for auto-completing sieges. I mean, even if I left them here and if this guy rebelled, as long as I didn't have to face a huge army, I could probably auto-complete with 5 bow units against his keep and revassalize him. So it's not going to be a huge challenge as far as that goes. So everybody else has moved. I'm going to pop... Actually, now that I'm... kind of feel like now that I'm in this situation, I may start bringing these units back down this way. Keep the recruitment up. Start running down some well-equipped and well-trained Ashigaru to start defending those places. I think I may, in order to boost my recruitment, I think I talked about this before. No, I'm fine. I think I'm fine for recruitment. I thought about boosting this before so I could do 3 a turn for the recruitment, but I think I'm fine sticking with the 2 a turn. And eventually I'm going to start switching back probably to the long Ashigaru once I get through this blast here of sort of like swapping out all of my regular Yari, my weaker sort of Yari Ashigaru. I'm just going to put these bows in this keep for defense anyway. I don't think I'm going to get attacked over there, but I'll do that. And these guys have the recruitment going on, and I'm going to keep doing, yeah, at least for 2 turns for sure. And then let's get in here for now. I don't know when these guys are going to flip into Realm Divide, but I want to be sort of ready to deal with it. This is my army sabotage ninja, so I know Takeda's going to flip on me too at some point pretty quickly here, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm just going to put him over here, and my assassin is going to actually... I'm going to put him in to scout. That way he gets a little bit of ticking XP. I probably should have done that with this guy as well. Maybe he can get in here. Yeah. And then I'm just going to go and real quick peek at my other agents to make sure I don't have to do any training upgrades. Okay, so nobody needed training. I've got this ninja here already exhausted all of his movement. I've got this guy over here who's been keeping tabs on things as well. I'm going to bring him back down into Yamato to see where, you know, Hatakeyama's armies are. Okay. There was a half stack here before, and I guess he must have moved him out. Not really sure where, but that's okay. I mean, it could be he's moving through the trees heading to Iga, but he hasn't declared war on me yet. So, we've got that going for us. Okay, I think that was everybody. Now, one thing to keep an eye on is going to be, our income right now is 3,900 a turn, and that includes forcing all of our vassals to trade with us. Our trade income is about 2,000, which means even if we did lose all of the trade with everybody that we have at this point, we're going to lose about 1,000 trade, probably, with our non-vassal provinces, which isn't really a huge hit on us. We don't have water resources, we're not using boats at all, so we don't have that issue to contend with either. All right, well, let's see what happens the first turn post Realm Divide. Let's get this army in here. Well, I could take a 50% chance to assassinate this Metsuke. That might not be a bad idea, because otherwise his Metsuke might be... Hold on, let me see what else I can do here. I got a 65% chance of apprehending him. Let me think about that for a second. Okay. I think I'm gonna... Might as well just pop out and see if I can assassinate the guy. 150 koku to get rid of that agent. It's not a bad... It's only 52% chance. Oops, get out. There we go. All right, success. Great. And I didn't even have to leave the castle. Now this guy has spying, and I think we're going to do... That's right, we'll do this for now. And then put that there, just in case. Just in case any more agents come by. All right, another Metsuke. A little bit of army action on Hojo's part. Lots of navy action. And Takeda. Okay, so he was the first to split off. I guess that makes sense. And the Takaoka refused to join my side, so that's going to be another guy who's going to be switching sides pretty soon. Date has decided to attack the Honma. Okay. Well, might as well enter the wars. And here we go. Here's all the war declarations. Now, luckily, a lot of these guys are still at war with each other, so they have all of that fighting to do as well. Right. Takaoka. Yeah. Right, we knew that was going to happen. One of our, in case you missed it, one of our vassals already took care of the Takaoka by doing that. So, Ashikaga Shogunate is attacking the Hatano. Okay. Well, I guess that kind of solves that issue. Yeah. Yeah, so we're pretty much at war with everybody at this point, except for our vassals. Okay, let's see. So that puts us at war with the shogunate. That's a little bit dangerous, but that's okay. And then the Hitano, they took this vassal province, but the Hitano are going to turn on us at some point too. That's all there is to it. There's Hatakeyama's army. Now what we can do is we can strike. We'll hit Yamato, and that'll allow us to install the Susui. The Kitabatake still have not turned on us yet. This will just be a quick auto-resolve. We do have lots of, way too many archers in this army. Way too many bow, Ashigaru, so we kind of need to balance that out, but we'll put the Susui in here, and we're down to, we lost about 900 income so far, but we're going to force the Susui, who will now be our vassal to the end. Hopefully. They didn't really like us to begin with, apparently, but we'll see. Put a trade agreement in with them.
I have weapons.
We'll see how it goes. And then we're going to have to look and see what's going on with these guys here. So, yeah, Takeda did what Takeda's going to do. Oh, I know what we can do. We can... Yeah, we're going to head these armies down in that direction. Hatakeyama's already at war with us here, but we can reach them. Yeah, we can already reach them up here. Now, this fight, we can't install a vassal because Hatakeyama's got a whole bunch of provinces. Let me take a step back. We are going to take this province out, but we're going to have to own it, which really doesn't matter at this point. It's not gaining us too much fame to own, but it does mean we're responsible for keeping the peace there. So we may need to exempt them from taxes and whatnot. This is also, at this point, we did get the +1 to clan-wide happiness. We're still working on the bonus to tax rate, which will help us offset the losses from realm divide as well. So we're just going to keep working on that one. And then, yeah. Now I'm wondering if the Hoki... So there's the Amako. I don't see Hatakeyama's pair of armies anymore, so I'm not sure where they are at. They might be in this province here. We're going to swing our ninja as close up this way as we can, just to kind of see if we can spot his armies anywhere on the map. There they are. At least one of them. Wow, 4 generals in that army. So that's a pretty ripped army. We cannot get to Hoki in one turn. Otherwise, I think I would hit that, try to make it a vassal. Although that might be somebody else's province. That might have been an Amako, one of his original provinces. Yeah. So we couldn't vassalize that one either. We'd have to control it, which it is a craft work. But we're not going to be using it to make archers. But still, we do need some provinces as part of our victory lap kind of thing. However, I don't want to have to face a stack and a half of Hatakeyama with only a stack of my not even really well-trained Ashigaru. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head him over to pick up some armies, because these guys are going to turn on us shortly here anyway. So we're going to bring him in this direction. I'm not worried about losing this other province. It's, kind of sucks if I lose it, but it's going to be what it's going to be as far as that goes. I mean, okay. This is really the big thing about Realm Divide, is figuring out who's going to turn on you next so that you can be ready to hit them with your armies to basically revassalize any of your vassals. and then just keep moving forward. All right. I think the Yamana are all the way... These are not the Yamana. Where the heck are the Yamana at? That's the Jinbo. Oh, maybe this was the... No, the Yamana's right here. I don't know why Date would declare war on the Yamana all the way over here, but he did. So. Alright. So, first thing we're going to do, I guess, is move to re-vassalize the Takeda. And then he does have one solid army, which I don't know. I didn't see where he moved him. So I'm not entirely sure where we're going to find that guy at. But we'll move our daimyo. He might be sitting here in the forest. So we're going to move to here. I mean, if we get jumped and it's only one army, we should be able to take him. And we didn't get jumped, so I guess I'm not going to worry about taking him. And then we'll move... I wonder if I can get... Not sure if I can get him into the trees or not, but we'll move him down here. Oh, excellent. Well, we were ambushed by his one army. Oh, but it's our one army being ambushed by his one army. Okay, well, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So. I thought perhaps I'd be able to reinforce with my army since he was right there, but I guess not. Okay. So he's got troops. Yeah, his bows and were these over here? Oh, I guess I can't tell what they are. I have an idea. These look like Ashigaru. These might be samurai. He doesn't have very many samurai. So, him splitting his forces, I mean, where his katana samurai are, some of these may be samurai as well, but his daimyo's over here. So, that's going to be where we are rushing to. We do have bows that we have to worry about, but we're going to take... Well, when we get a chance, what we're going to do is we're going to have to take some of our Yari Ashigaru and form a wall on this side just in case he tries to get to us. He's got no cavalry though. So we're going to be rushing to wipe out these forces over here. That's going to be our deal. We're going to try to get our bows. I mean, it's raining, so fire arrows don't do anything. So we're going to try to get our bows just lined up behind some Ashigaru and duel with these guys while we rush to try to take out his general on this side. So that's what we're going to do. And he brings his general in as he's want to do. All right. Oops. There we go. If we can finish this daimyo off here, that would go a long ways to helping. I think his general's going to get away. That's a problem for me. This is a little risky. All right.
Our men are running from the battlefield.
Well,
Shameful display.
we took out his daimyo. This did not go. We kind of like let most of our other guys rout, which is probably not what we should have done.
Our men are running from the battlefield. Shameful display.
All right. Well, let's see if we can get. Yeah, we got our general out of there. Think we took down his daimyo. Yeah, that was a pretty hefty loss. I mean, luckily it was our sort of our backup army with a bunch of our junky units. So there's that. I mean, I guess he's got somebody that ranked up, but I'm pretty sure we killed his daimyo. Well, he's got a new daimyo, and that guy ranked up. But otherwise, I don't know that we can reach him with our stronger army. It's too bad. I really would have liked to face him 2-to-1. Yeah. So that's a bit of a hit. I mean, we could pop our general out. Yeah, I don't think we don't have enough movement right now without popping our general out to hit him. If we do pop our general out, we could hit him and then sort of face off against his army, which is in pretty good shape, but it's also getting a lot of replenishment. Let me think on that for a second. Okay, we know we got to take that one out. That guy's already moved. And this guy still has to move. Well, he's got to finish moving anyway. Probably going to have to come back and deal with Kitabatake in the not too distant future, being that he's unfriendly. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put him back right here. This army's fine, defending where they're at. Okay, what I'm going to do is... Man, this is probably a good place to stop for now. We've beaten the Takeda back. We've managed Realm Divide. We did take a pretty big hit here on the numbers of one of our armies. This is sort of our reserve army, but nothing we can't sort of bounce back from. I think next episode, I'm going to start off by popping my daimyo out and hitting his daimyo's army, who, even though he has, he's got a pretty good number of Yari samurai, so they probably won't collapse very easily. But I think this will be really the test of a well-equipped Ashigaru army against a slightly damaged, but, mostly anyway, samurai army. So, and some of these guys got lots of kills under their belts. So, yeah, I think that's where we'll leave it for now. So, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. Don't forget to hit the like button down below. Let me know you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I always appreciate comments, feedback, suggestions. If you don't think I should pop my general out and hit his daimyo's army, let me know in the comments. I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.